A High Court judge here in the UK has just ordered that Lawrence Fox pay £180,000 to two people he called paedophiles. So this was basically an award for Hurty feelings. Now, as you all know, Lawrence Fox doesn't mince his words, does he? He was a prominent actor here in the UK until that fateful appearance on BBC's Question Time, where he completely rubbished white supremacy or white privilege, and in doing so, completely destroyed his own career. Now, as you know, if you're an actor here in the UK, you have to be on the left wing of politics. You have to follow the progressive woke dogma, and you have to support the current thing. But Lawrence Fox didn't. His fellow actors and actresses and work union, they all turned their back on him, and they did the usual thing of labelling him a racist, fascist, xenophobe, homophobe, Nazi, and all because he didn't believe in white privilege. And so since then, he has quite literally been at the centre of quite a few spats with ordinary members of the public, fellow celebrities, and he's given as good as he's got, and fair play. And then he got a job on GB News until he said he wouldn't shag a certain journalist, and then he was out on his ear. So Lawrence Fox has been ordered to pay £90,000 each to these two men after remarks on X or Twitter came in an exchange about Sainsbury's marking Black History Month. So these two people called him a racist without a shred of evidence whatsoever, and racist is a staple insult, isn't it, by the left? And so Lawrence Fox, being Lawrence Fox, and I completely understand this, he just called them paedophiles without a shred of evidence. But for some reason, calling someone a paedophile is worse than calling someone a racist. And that's what it was. It was name-calling. Lawrence Fox wanted to prove that these lefties shouldn't be allowed to just libel people as racists without a shred of evidence at the drop of a hat. But the criminal justice system, it is weaponised, I reckon, against people like Lawrence Fox because of wrongthink. Because the judge reckons that by calling Lawrence Fox a racist, these two men were unlikely to cause serious harm to his reputation. But because Lawrence Fox called these two men paedophiles, the judge ruled that he subjected them to a wholly undeserved public ordeal. But this is what Lawrence Fox has been going through since his appearance on Question Time. He has gone through a undeserved public ordeal. He has had his life nearly ruined by people like these two men who hate him simply because of his opinions. And his opinions, because of his standing at the time, went against the grain. And they couldn't have that, could they? Everybody knows that Lawrence Fox isn't a racist, and everybody knows that these two guys aren't paedophiles. And yet it's these two men who get £90,000 each for Hurty feelings. They chose to go on X and pick a fight with him, and they chose to call him a racist without any evidence whatsoever. And when he retaliates in the same ridiculous, baseless manner, it's them the law sides with. Well, I think this really does set a dangerous precedence and gives licence to left-wing tossers like these to call anyone they like anything whatsoever without any proof or evidence to back them up. And yet, if you retaliate, it's them that the law sides with. I mean, it's ridiculous. And by the way, the judge, her name is Rowena Collins-Rice. She is a career civil servant who first worked under Tony Blair. In 2007, she was appointed legal advisor to the Ministry of Justice the year after Britain's hate speech laws were extended to include the intention to stir up hatred. And the fact this woman thinks that she can damage someone's reputation by calling them a paedophile but not a racist, it doesn't seem very balanced, nor does it seem objective. I'd suggest this woman isn't a judge at all, but an activist. What is it about the criminal justice system and those at the top of that trade who are hell-bent to be one-sided and destroy people's lives who don't happen to be woke and progressive? You tell me. Anyway, there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for listening, and until the next time, Roger Trout.